What's up, y'all? Just got done at the softball field for my little girl's practice.
Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
I look like a softball coach, don't I? Get in there, get that glove down, I told you. One more time, you're sitting down. We're all running, you hear me? But today we took a little batting practice too, and not to brag or anything, but your boy hit a couple bombs. Right-handed and left-handed. Could have been because we were on a kid's field, or it could have been just raw talent.
Big Al, and I hit dingers.
Just made me miss baseball, man. Baseball was a huge part of my childhood. Growing up, when we watched the sport, there was a way it was played. It's played differently than other sports. There's not a clock. You are under pressure, but it is situational. You're trying to put your best hitter against their best pitcher. You're changing lefty versus lefty in scenarios. You're bringing in closers. You're blah, 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 blah. It made me think today about what was the greatest at-bat that happened in my lifetime, I think. And it's got to be, without a doubt, the 1988 Game 1 World Series, ninth inning, Kirk Gibson at-bat. This is a very famous at-bat, but I want to go through it today. I want to break it down. I want to do something different, man. I even took notes for this. I even wrote down notes for this. So you guys should feel special.
Duh.
So look, this was a 1988 World Series. The A's were entering this as a juggernaut team. They were 104-58, 104 wins, 58 losses. They're rolling through, folks. They swept the Sox in the ALCS 4 games to zilch. 0, nada, nothing. The Dodgers, meanwhile, barely squeaked past the Mets to get into this World Series. So the hopes were already high on the Athletics. The Athletics came in with Jose Canseco, who was the AL MVP. And in this game we're about to talk about, which is Game 1 of the 88 World Series, Canseco had hit a monstrous grand slam shot to give them 4 runs. I mean, this is like got all the names, all the drama, everything, man. This was an awesome game. You're going into the ninth inning. You're the A's. You're up. And you got your man on the mound, Mr. 1980s porn stash, slicker than owl snot, Dennis Eckersley up there, man.
Be running 50% to first base. So the Dodgers trying to catch lightning right now.
Eckersley looks like he moonlights as a magician. Eckersley looks like he could be the host of Jeopardy or a vacuum salesman. But this dude is a killer. He's a serial killer, bro. And if you look at him, he's got that look, like that deadpan look, like.
Be running 50% to first base. So the Dodgers.
See this? I'm not here to play. Look, since August 24th, this man has not gave up a homer. He's the closing pitcher for the Oakland Athletics, which means we bring this man in to shut the door on y'all. Night-night. You ever go night-night, nigga? He had not gave up a home run since August 24th of this year. This was October 15th, 1988. All right, so let's get into this at-bat. Finally! Tommy Lasorda gambles, man. He rolls the dice.
Hassie is not even.
Oh, I know I'm getting old.
2 outs here, and he's like, I'm going to bring up my man Kirk. All right, let me tell you about Kirk. Going into this game, Kirk had both legs injured, a strained hammy, a swollen knee. The doctors had already ruled him out of this game. Kirk comes out of the dugout looking like a lumberjack.
And look who's coming up.
And here comes Daddy.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Stepping out the dugout looking like an ice road trucker.
Like a truck, like a machine.
Looking like he just left some seedy little Asian massage parlor with 2 little midget Harajuku girls rubbing oils on his chest, eating roasted duck on a stick. You know, Kirk's just...
All year long, they look to him to light the fire, and all year long, he answered the demand.
They need me. They need the Gibson,
With 2 bad legs, the bad left hamstring and the swollen right knee.
Playing Thunderstruck by AC/DC. All the dramatics are in place, man. X up there. Eck's like, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm keeping this bitch away from you. You are going to have to use every inch of them arms you got to get to this ball. So Eck quickly goes out 0-2.
Fouled away. Fouled away again.
So here's what I mean about the game has changed. Okay, you got Mike Davis on first, who I'm not too familiar with, but apparently is a speedster. He's stolen 7 out of 10 bases in the postseason. So this guy's got some wheels. Eck knows if this man gets to second base is very important right now. Second base means Kirk just smacks one over the second baseman's head. Davis is scoring. It's 2 outs. He's pedaling on any contact. So all Kirk's got to do is get one pretty much through the infield, and there's going to have to be a play at the plate. So Eckersley knows I got to keep this man tight. So he throws over one time.
Davis at first.
Throws over a second time. The LA crowd starts booing him, they think he's scared of Kirk or whatever. You want to keep this man as tight to the bag as possible.
He's a threat now with 2 strikes.
That dude looked familiar before he had 95 more pounds of HGH muscle on his neck and hit 750-foot home runs.
Hill or an ejection will not hit a baseball.
Then he ends up swinging at one and chopping it foul.
Little nubber, foul. Gibson was so banged up.
And you can see the grimace in this dude's posture, how he's running. Anybody that's ever had a hurt knee, you do that little extra hobble-ass bullshit where you, Had that ball not drift foul, that would have been it. Easy. Kirk's a duck right there. They're going to grab it up, tag him, toss him out, and it's going to be over. Right after he hits the ball foul, the catcher snap throws over to first. Quicker than a bitch, man. They pros for a reason, dog. He would have got me by a mile.
4-1. And a throw down to first. Davis just did get back. Good play by Ron Hasse using Gibson as a screen. He took a shot at the runner.
And that throw was crisp, quick, and on the money. That's another reason this is a great at-bat. There's other factors involved here. But the catcher's doing his job, and the base runner's doing his job. This is what's dope to me. Right after this snap throw over, Kirk's got 2 strikes on him. Tommy Lasorda's like, we ain't here to F around. The time for effing around is over. As Eckersley delivers, Davis is tearing out for second.
Oh, he's been throwing.
There goes Davis, and it's fouled away. So Mike Davis, who had stolen 7 out of 10 and carrying the tying run, was on the move.
This next pitch shows insanely good discipline by Kirk Gibson. Look how close his fastball is off the corner of the plate.
2.
He's dialed in. He knows where the plate is. He knows what he's looking for. He knows what Eckersley's going to try to do to him. That was a beautiful pitch by Eckersley, a beautiful take by Kirk. Crazy good placement on that. High, outside, unreachable, but very close to looking like a strike. Man, I'm telling you, Eck was nasty with it, boy. You don't have a stash like that and not be able to do some freaky shit. They know they sending Davis, so what's Eckersley do? He's throwing back over to first.
Here's the big pitch. He's got to make it happen on this one.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Eckersley's coming set like, bitch, I know you finna try to steal. I know your ass. Get back. I know your ass finna try to steal.
I'm gonna suffer you. Get your ass back in my house.
And Davis over there getting his lead like, I ain't going nowhere, Mr. Eckersley. Don't pay no attention over here. Don't you pay me no never mind, Mr. Eckersley. I think Davis actually got to Eckersley on this one because he throws an uncharacteristic way outside, hoping that Kirk would chase it maybe.
There he goes. Way outside. He's stolen it.
But also on this, Kirk kind of leans that linebacker ass shoulder over the plate a little bit.
That's when he starts to throw. Look at Gibson.
He ain't dumb. He's using his peripherals. He can see the catcher jump up to throw. And then when he realizes he's kind of impeded it enough, he does a little fake. Oh, my sorry. I ain't know you was doing that shit, man. Let me hobble over here and take a couple practice swings. bitch.
Way outside. He's stolen it.
And the catcher look at the ump like, man. And the ump's like, play the game. Tell your mama to call me. Full count. World Series. Game 1. Runner on second. 2 outs. It's the exact shit you did in the yard growing up when you was like, he's at the plate with 2 outs. There's a runner on. Davis was the tying run. So then here comes the pitch that dreams are made of. Eck tries to throw this thing high and away, man. He wants it high and away. What he wants to happen is to get it just high enough. And he pops him up because it's 2 outs. Get him up in the air. Get the game over. He doesn't get it high enough in the zone.
Sachs waiting on deck, but the game right now is at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
Baby, we done it.
Look at Kirk cranking the chainsaw like the lumberjack stepmom banging hero that he is, bro.
Break out the red panties.
Look at him hobbling around the bases like the Tin Man. But look at the third base coach. He's so excited. He gives him 5. And then he like runs a couple steps and he's like, nope, I'm doing it. I'm going to smack him. I'm going to smack his ass. Tommy Lasorda comes skating out of the dugout like some drunk snowman. Everybody else, when they're running, you see their knees bouncing them. I've never seen anyone whose legs just carry him like a tank. His legs and knees don't give him any bounce. He's just, yeah. Because, man, he basically, you got to think about this. He gambled. He's going to get asked in that press conference afterwards, why did you put Kirk Gibson in? The docs didn't clear him. What are you doing? And that's back when men were men and they gambled on things like that. And they rolled the dice. And they took doctors' orders as a suggestion, not as, I need to be on these 50 medicines because my doc said so. Kirk said, you know what? My knees are hurting, but where we're going, we don't need knees. All I need is this piece of lumber. I need some wood from Mother Earth. And I need a bitch to hang me a fastball over the corner. That's what the doctor ordered today. Look at these teammates, how excited, dog. They are so excited. Some of these guys probably didn't look this happy when they had kids born. The A's are leaving the dugout, and for some reason there's a barbershop quartet with them. You hung that shit up in the zone, Eck. You hung that shit up in the zone. Eck hung that shit up in the zone. Y'all should have walked Kirk. Why didn't you walk Kirk? You should have walked Kirk and pitched to Steve Sachs. You dumb motherfucker should have pitched to Steven Sachs. Steven Sachs.
Insane in the membrane.
It's a bad day when the barbershop quartet ain't smiling, you know what I mean? Kirk's celebrating. Tommy Lasorda's over there in his face with his baked ziti and Diet Coke breath. He's looking at Oral Hershiser like, Oral, just get me to the fucking parking lot, man. Then at the end here, Kirk hits a little vertical for the crowd. That's nothing but adrenaline, Miller Lite, and black coffee, 100%. Also, Kirk's wearing the number 23 right there too, man, so there must be something in that number. But lastly, watch Eckersley as this thing's leaving, man.
Player, that the most valuable player for the Dodgers was Tinkerbell. But tonight, I think Tinkerbell backed off for Kirk Gibson. And look at Eckersley.
He's over here looking at it like somebody just bumped a shelf and a vase is rocking, and you're like, I hope that fucking vase don't fall. But you're so far away, you can't go catch the vase, so you're just like, is that gonna fall? Oh, damn, it fell. Looking like he's like a husband accepting the fact that his wife finally wants a divorce. If it must be. If it must be. Still got my stash, so. You know, people normally pull their hair out. He probably went to the dugout and was like, oh, the fucking stash. This is back when baseball didn't have to cater to instant gratification. It didn't have to be a reel or a short. It was a big, dramatic, emotional roller coaster of a game, bro. It was something you had to sink yourself into. You would try to think, as the pitcher right now, what would I try to do? As the batter, what am I looking to see? As the coach, who do I want in here? And you can't move this thing through its paces quicker, dude. It's not meant to be that way. It's meant to be the game where you have unlimited timeouts, where you come and talk to a pitcher when he's just getting the shit kicked out of him, and you try to really gauge his mental capacity in that moment. Like, is he really okay? You looking at the third baseman, you know, like, well, you buying this shit? Has he got another inning or what? What's he got?
Excuse me, what the hell's going on out here? Well, Nook's scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster? We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie or Jimmy for their wedding present. Is that about right? That's right. We're dealing with a lot of shit.
They try to put everything on a clock. Everything's got to be, bam, click here, subscribe here, like here, share this, do that. It's America's favorite pastime. It even has the word past in the name of it. It's supposed to stay that way. It's supposed to be a little taste of the way things were when life wasn't so effing busy. But Kirk Gibson, man, what a stud, dude. Chances are Kirk and your aunt had a thing one time back then.
It's revenge. Are you trying to seduce me?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Kiss the kids goodnight. Cut the living room tube off. Cut the little light on over the sink, because Daddy's about to close the curtains on this one. Sad part is you'll probably never get that type of moment again.
My dad said you ruined baseball.
I ain't watching.
There just won't be that long of an at-bat. I don't know the rules right now. Maybe somebody can help me in the comments. Would all those throwovers have been allowed? Would there have been a pitching clock? I mean, I don't know. You guys could go look at the whole video on your own. I know I chopped it up here. But would there have been like a pitching clock? Would they have been in violation? I know Kirk took some trips in and out of the box. I'm not sure what the rules are. Comment down here and tell me how many violations went on in this one at bat if you're current on Major League rules. Love y'all. Thank y'all for bearing with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If not, I got new music on the way too. And feature presentations out right now. It's some of my favorite features I've done over the past 2 to 3 years. I have some new traffic coming in here, and I wanted you guys to hear some of the songs I like. Love y'all. Have a good evening. New baseball sucks. Old baseball rules.
Doing a lot of running and cycling, swimming. Well, you know all about that.
No, actually, I don't. I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercise.